Okay, so this is sketch part 2. This is just to make everything easier. Just delete this. This is just to make everything easier and make all the things just like a little easier for you guys. And tips. So D, obviously dimensions, we want to set that. 2 touching lines, 90 degrees, or the degrees we want. And Q. So if we have a shape and we want to know this dimension, but we just kind of, we don't, or like we want to draw a a rectangle up here, but we don't want to make a complete square here. Like what we're gonna do, like freehand it all the way down here and just guess that this length here is the one we want. No, you can either just make a line and delete it, or you can press Q, which is a construction line. Construction lines, they don't become full things when they're completed. When they're all sides touch, they don't become a full shape. This could be something that messes you up. You might have turned it onto Q and then done your whole thing, then realized, oh, it's on Q, I can't extrude it. So see here, you can't extrude, oops, we can't extrude this. Can this because it's a full shape. Bang. So this side. Again, D. Okay, so you saw earlier, if you don't want to have to measure out every single thing to get a perfect square, you can just, your mouse kind of locks in place once you go off a point. So there's points on the thing. See how there's points here? They're all on the point. They're all on, like, I guess like a right angle. I guess like the end point of a line, connecting lines. And if we go off a point, there's a little buffer around the point. So like so if I zoom in, I can't do it there if I'm out here. So it'll automatically snap to the point, even if I'm not perfect on it, which is pretty good. Unless if you zoom in, then you can get it accurate if you want it off the point. But you see how my mouse kind of gets stuck along this line? Like this little, it's not like over here where I can have free, it's like it gets stuck. That's the right angle. So this is always going to be a right angle with this line. That means it's straight. And that means you don't have to go in and do all the angles after, make sure it's 90 degrees. Because that's a huge problem. You need all your dimensions to be perfect, or else it'll just compound problems over a long time, and it'll just basically die. Like your fillets won't work, or your extrusions it'll just be a mess. And then you see here again, like I don't have to measure out this line, dimension this line here, because I know it's in line with this one, because again I went from here, point to here, I was 90 degrees. See how there's like a yellow dotted line over it? And we can go on forever, but if we want it in line with this one, we don't have to just guess and then do the dimensions of this one to get them equal. We can actually just hover over the line. If you hover over the line and then just slowly go up until both lines, you have 2 yellow dot lines. That's perfect. They're both 90 degrees. These are both equal. Done. We didn't have to go sit there doing this. You didn't have to sit there and go like, oh yeah, that's that, and let's do 13.6, blah blah blah, and yeah, we didn't have to go sit there doing that. I don't know why I did. Doing all that, so I didn't have to do that, and that just makes it a lot easier. If we want to make a curve off a line, which I don't think we need here, but if you just go from the same thing again, if you go over the dot that you selected, you can actually just make a curve. See there, I just went over it as a line again, then went back over it as a curve. If you want that, I don't know why you would want in this one.